Hello? I'm still kind of unsure about what I'm doing, but still. Hi guys, hello everybody. My name is Isabel, aka the Hype Queen. I have decided to bring this stuff to YouTube. I already have a podcast on Spotify called the Hype Queen Podcast, and I already record audio and videos and post those on Spotify. But I just thought it was time to say hello on YouTube as well. Um, yeah, don't have a backdrop. Literally just um, came back from the beach. So yeah, I'm just gonna give this a go, and I don't care if it's not perfect. That's not the point. The point of this is the message that I'm trying to get across, regardless of anything that I do. And I hope that comes across to you guys as I continue to speak and try and make sense of everything. So, I was at the beach yesterday with my best friend, and she's someone that I've known for more than 10 years, I'd say. And it's rare to have people in your life that accompany you throughout every phase because you change a lot. But she's one of those people for me, and I'm super grateful for that. And she was just talking to me about this situation where she was speaking to another friend of hers and trying to give her advice on life and just kind of giving her a motivational pep talk to kind of open up her mind and, motivate her and make her understand that, anything that you actually want to achieve, you can. Thing is, that kind of conversation, for the most part, is not really understood by a lot of people. The amount of people that are open-minded enough to have the self-belief regardless of the security of the outcomes are very few. So when you do speak to people about goals or dreams or anything that from their perspective is not tangible, you have to be very careful to not let that influence you and the way that you think and the self-belief that you have, because you can achieve anything that you desire. So that conversation with her kind of sparked the motivation in me to record this podcast, with this video, which I had already planned to record. As a kid, everyone has dreams, right? Mine, for example, was to be a singer and to be a performer. A performer sounds better because it actually involves singing and dancing, which are two things that still to this day at the age of 26 I absolutely love to do with all of my friends and family. And I am going to achieve that one day in some formal manner. And I don't care what anyone says about it. So when you're a kid, you have these dreams that aren't polluted by people's opinions, and you believe so deeply in them, like you just feel them deep in your soul, and you just somehow, for some reason, feel like they're gonna happen, feel like they're possible. I wish, and it's one of my lifelong goals for me personally, to always reconnect to that little girl or to the inner child in you that has those dreams, regardless of what anyone else thinks or believes. As you grow up, I feel like structure is something that gets taught to you from schooling to activities outside of school, things like discipline, doing things you don't really want to do because you have to. So some form of structure is necessary, and you do need structure in your life also to achieve dreams and goals. You can't just imagine them into your reality. Like, there has to be some sort of routine or organization there as well. What I personally don't agree with is when structure takes over the possibility of achieving something that maybe isn't as mainstream as people would wish it to be. You can apply structure to dreams that people might not understand or believe possible. Don't take away the magic of something just because you don't feel like you could achieve it. That's another thing. Be very careful with who you speak to about your dreams and your goals, because if you speak to the wrong people, friends, family, whoever, and you're not confident enough or sure enough in yourself and your dream, you can be easily influenced by that and just let it go because of what they might think or say. Please don't do that. Don't tell anyone about it until you've achieved something. And even when you've achieved it, don't tell anyone even then. Just let it speak for itself. If you want to achieve something, a goal that you have in mind, however crazy it might sound to anyone else, put in the effort. Baby steps every single day, every single week, every single month that pile on eventually to achieve that, and then let the result speak for itself. You don't need to say anything. When I was younger, when I was little, something that used to get told to me a lot was that I lived in my own world. And I used to take that so personally. I used to take that so much to heart and think, why do people keep saying that I live in my own world? I want to be someone that has her head on her shoulders, someone that people take seriously. And so I actively, consciously shut that part of me down for a long time. That was just naturally who I was. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that now, at the age that I am. I'm actually trying to tap back into that now, because that part of me was the creative part of me, the part of me where my imagination flourished, where I thought everything was possible. Your world is so much better than what everyone else thinks it should be. And that's what makes a difference at the end of the day. People that actually stand out live in their own worlds. And they don't really care about trying to live in someone else's or everyone else's, or, the standard of what you should or shouldn't do, be or shouldn't be. Develop the practical skills to bring your dreams into fruition. Even if you've never done something before, say you want to start your own brand or start a YouTube channel, start a podcast, baby steps. Sign up on a platform where you can post your videos, like YouTube. Sign up to podcasters for Spotify and just start recording yourself. You don't even have to create the video. You can literally download the app on your phone, record yourself talking, and then just publish it. It's simple. You just have to take practical steps to do it. And if you do try and open up to someone about it, whether it's a friend or a relative, and you tell them about it and you're happy about it and you don't get the feedback that you desired from them, don't allow that to stop you. I know it's hard, trust me, especially when it comes to people you thought would be supportive, but sometimes not everyone is going to get it, and you have to be your only support system, keeping you going, believing in it. If it makes you happy and you're not hurting anyone, then that's the only reason that you need, whether they understand or not. And I know it's hard. But your desire to do something is there for a reason. And it's not because someone else told you about it or suggested it to you. It's just something that you desire to do. So keep pushing forward regardless of contrasting opinions. Another important thing to do is to surround yourself with people that have a similar outlook or drive to you. That's so important. And it literally doesn't have to be many, it doesn't even have to be two, it can be one. I'm lucky enough to have a couple of really good friends that have that same drive and outlook in their own lives that I can speak to about my own personal dreams. One of them actually has her own, is a content creator, and she has her own Instagram profile for food recipes and just like a food blogger. She's a food blogger in general. And I really look up to her now that I'm starting all of this as a side hustle, because I remember when she first started out and no one understood, no one took her seriously, friends and family included. And I never really understood how difficult that would be to manage when no one actually supports you but yourself. And now I do. And now that she's been doing it for a couple of years and she started, working with brands and partnerships and getting paid for what she does, people are starting to change their mind. But the process is what matters the most. And the people that support you during that phase are the ones you really have to keep in mind and keep in your heart. The people that are telling you not to do it or that don't believe in it are the ones that aren't able to do it because of their own personal fears. Even if you have the drive and you take the practical steps to achieve a dream, fear is still going to creep up and try and convince you otherwise. You're going to have phases of procrastination. Like, that's just part of it because you've never done it before and it feels so uncomfortable. But that's, oh yeah. However long that period of procrastination is, however long that period of block you might experience, as long as you get through it and you keep moving forward, doesn't matter how long it is, doesn't matter how long it takes you, as long as you keep moving forward, as long as you can look back and visually see the progress you've made, doesn't matter. So don't beat yourself up if you stopped or if you're scared, because the fact that you're trying and you're actually doing something means so much more. It's okay. I think we should all put in the effort to get back to that dreamer-like state that everyone had as a kid. Whatever you believe that you could achieve when you were younger, regardless if it was becoming a superhero or being a singer and a dancer like me, or I don't know, going into space, whatever it is, like, even if it's not that particular dream, it's the mindset that you had towards the dream. The unconditional self-belief, confidence, and you just felt it. You just knew. You were like, I don't care. This is what I want to do, and that's it. Freedom from fear to dream your dream. That's a nice way to